Group B kicking it off now with E-Mode Topical. Take it away, boys.
Thanks, Dunna. Yes, E-Mode, we're into it. We're into map 1. Between Lazarus and Liquid and what they were alluding to as well, on paper at least, Liquid's worst day and Lazarus' best day is still a hard day for Lazarus. And I think that's actually a silver lining for Lazarus, considering they can, take today as like a breather. But we're already into the pistol round, and Lazarus have walked into a 100% ambush. 3 players, one at the ramp, one above the ramp, and then one coming from the hell halls. And you have a trifecta of death right there. And quickly, Liquid take a pistol round.
Yeah, that was some great shooting from Stewie towards the ramp area, able to pick off 2 before Lazarus actually even get into the ramp. And then at that point, there's a very nice crossfire that was set up between Stewie and Elige. They're able to pick up 4 between them, and then Naf rotates in for a very easy kill. Great round out of Liquid. But you're pointing out that Lazarus, yeah, it is an uphill battle for them. But on a map like Nuke, if they're able to get, upset the rhythm of Liquid here and get some rounds very early on, end the half with maybe 4 or 5 rounds on their T side, that's exactly what they're going to want going into their CT. They can actually pull this off. I believe in them, but it's going to be a hard road.
If you believe, maybe I feel like I might be in there with you. There is Liquid going in for some purchasing right now. They've got themselves full sets. Lazarus went for just some deagles.
Yeah, Lazarus has taken just a little bit of damage here as Naf does take down Swag outside there by the T end of that outside area. Zelsa's 2 shall fall, and Elige will fall back after picking up that frag, not looking for any more contact. And Liquid, well, they're going to move into a passive setup here, Dallas.
Yeah,
pick up a few more kills.
We're not even seeing any looks towards the sites. I mean, we're hardly even seeing looks towards outside if you're Lazarus right now. They've been shut down right at the front door. Not even a chance to get in there with the bomb. Nitro now flirting with Dapper on the outside, gets that kill. No casualties, again, for Liquid.
And we should be moving into the first gun round here. Lazarus actually might go for a save. Yep, and that does look like what they're going to choose to do. Just a couple deagles, some armor being bought up. So Liquid now, they should be moving on to 3 before the guns start coming out. Lazarus, their goal here is to actually just take down a few guns, do some economy damage, try and get into that Liquid economy before they actually move on to guns.
Well, yeah, getting into that Liquid economy, like we just said before, is Liquid nobody's died yet. Everybody's flawless, and so even getting kills right now is still a little bit behind the curve, and so far only getting worse, considering Lazarus just went in with a very, very slight weak buy with pistols and some armor. Oh, yes, that nade's fantastic. There's a flash in there, and Stewie doesn't seem to need his eyes right now. He'll spray down 3 with this assistance further from Naf. Stewie gets the assist on that last one as well. Good 3K from him. And was that, again, nobody dying?
Yeah, they're able to build up quite a bit of bank right now onto that 6K mark here, 3 rounds in. I'd just like to point out to Stewie that was a great nade, great awareness to get that first frag, fall off, allow his rotations to come in, not trying to take it all on himself.
So now we've got the actual first try. So sure, Liquid have been walking all over him, but that was out of the gates. That was off the running blocks. Now Lazarus have themselves a setup that they can appreciate. Swag has the AWP. He's working his way up on top of the Twinkie right now, but a Molotov prevents him from getting into a spot that can punish a player that would be over towards at least the secret stairs and red box. That would be Elige back there. So outside, Lazarus want to be able to assert their dominance and force Liquid upon their will, but everything's going to calm down. I think they're just going to bury Elige out here next to the red box.
Yeah, nice little setup out of Liquid here. Just leaving the aggressive player, I should say, in Elige towards this red box. He's got support from 2 other members of his team as Naf, as well as Nitro playing in that mini area, starting to show up here. Naf actually makes a little bit of contact with Swag. Not being able to pick up the frag, though. It does look like Lazarus are opting to move towards this outside area.
So this is where things can get dangerous for Lazarus. If they don't win this round, suddenly the rifles they have just been handed over to Liquid, who haven't bought really anything since that second round, just utility, and that's it. So as far as I'm concerned, Liquid are way ahead of the curve as far as their bank accounts are concerned. And outside does seem to be the avenue that Lazarus want to try and employ, and still Elige has one player that's walked behind him on the red box. He's got one out in front of him. He'll line that out. Swag now turns back the other side of the red box, but Elige takes a 3rd avenue. It's over the top. He's unable to get the kill, or yes, he is, just barely with the last round out of his gun. He's finally the first casualty on Liquid's side, but Zelsa's his last man up, and he dies immediately thereafter.
Yeah, Nitro picked up
Look at the guns getting picked up.
Yeah, Nitro picked up 2 very nice frags by that squeaky door with the MP9. Neither player being able to trade that out. He's going to get an AK into his hands. You're mentioning the fact that Liquid will be able to upgrade and take those guns out of Lazarus, and that's exactly what happens here. Dallas's 3 AKs are picked up. Their money is soaring here very early on. Only Elige is sitting on 3.3, but if they do lose the round, he'll still have another buy in him.
Starting to look like it's going to get out of control soon. Zelsis sets up for what is going to be a flashbang all the way through the skylights. That's to set up so that the remainder of his team can go in through Squeaky Door quickly. They blast it open, but in fact, only Dapper was able to get down there safely. I think maybe some counter flashes from Liquid stumped them up there, but is it going to be enough for Dapper to now be down in the control room and look for a pick? Though Stewie's down here, they know that there's probably somebody had escaped through that position, and they just plug it up. Now no lower control for Lazarus.
Yeah, I do believe that was Nitro, actually, who spotted him just before the flash caught him, and he made that call to Stewie to get down towards the lower area and get ready to hold it. Right now, Naf getting ready in this ramp for these 4 Lazarus players. He's going to find the first one onto Sub Rosa. As he gets flashed, he's going to hide behind the back of the ramp box, able to pick up the second. Stewie rotating in for one of his own, and Naf will get the third on the round. Liquid up 5-0 here, Dallas.
I love that support from Stewie. He had just gotten that kill against Dapper down below, and then he started to pull back up towards the ramp room to support Naf, like you're talking about. So everybody is just overlapping their crossfires and their responsibility of area that they're supposed to be defending. And Liquid is able to rotate some pieces over across the chessboard and help each other.
Yeah, that's the thing about a map like Nuke. You can't really have anybody too separated because everybody's positioning here is instrumental to the success of your CT side. So the rotations need to be on point, the team play needs to be on point, and right now Liquid's doing a great job of that.
So the secret stairs smokes go out. That will leave Liquid guessing as to if they have crossed over. There was an attempted Molotov just on the outside of the red box to get that first smoke to be out of position, but I believe that was just a bit late. So it lands where it needs to be anyway, and Liquid have to position some players to be hopeful to defend what would be an apparition at this point going down that secret stair side of the map and outside.
All right, looking at this round now, Lazarus not taking it too quickly, just going very slow, looking for anything that Liquid might want to give them. It does look like they're setting up on top of that T-side of roof right now to do an inner execute here, where they're going to be running into Nitro as well as Twist, who are both playing on this floor. And let's see what they can do here. Execute to come in shortly as we pass the 50-second mark.
Yeah, Naf can get up top too in heaven immediately. There's a Molotov behind the silos that's going to start to push them out, but Nitro's welcoming it. Says, come on guys, I see the next barrel of the second target. Nitro on 2 and a third for the transfer. Oh, Naf picks that one up as well. I thought Naf was going to get that wallbang shot, but Nitro picks up, or sorry, Nitro would have got that wallbang shot, but he gets 3 kills on entry. It looked a bit disconcerting to Lazarus because they had one player come out through the hut, and then the next player came out through the squeaky door, and then hut again, kind of one at a time, do-si-do.
Yeah, that really allowed Nitro to pick up the first frag, reset his crosshair, end up getting involved in the hut player as well, then moving back to Squeaky, picking that one up. The rotations come in at that point, and Lazarus hasn't even gotten an entry kill. So that's another great round of Liquid showing how to rotate in, how to support your teammates, and great positioning out of them. Lazarus right now, well, we're 6 rounds in here, Dallas, moving on to the 7th right now, and only Zelsis has any kills. The rest of the players on Lazarus 0-6, so we're going to really need to see these players start to come alive.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing from behind, and you mentioned that Zelsis is the only player with kills, still 2 kills for the entirety of the squad for Lazarus. I did expect Liquid to walk all over Lazarus today, and I actually had hoped, like, if any way that the groupings play could have been scheduled out, this is good for Lazarus because they get the hard object out of the way first. Now they can start to worry about the next following up teams.
Definitely. All right, here we go. Lazarus switching up that pace, going very quickly towards outside, and Elige is going to say, no, I'm hanging out by this red box, and you got to get by me. Not able to pick up the ace, but he gets a phenomenal 4K.
This AK comes back into Swag's hands. If anybody can make a difference with this, it would have been him, but he can't see anything. It was just a spray through, and he's been disarmed. We talked about, the only kills were on Zelsis' hands. Swag has joined that company. But we have, 3 players on Liquid's side that are sitting 9-0, 9-0, and 7-0, Naf, Nitro, and Stewie.
Yeah, Twist hasn't even found himself on the board yet. These kills are getting picked up by the Liquid players way too quick for him to even get any himself.
And that's interesting too, because I saw before Elige had been put down into the kind of the janitorial role on this map, which is defending the lower site and holding those lower stairs, making sure the T's don't go secret stairs wrapping around the site. But he's actually getting kills. It does look like Liquid are pretty mobile around the map. Dapper overshoots. He's got players that are outside, didn't clear off those angles, and now they'll be able to take two. Again, Nitro just chaining frags together. And Swag's above this, and look how thin of an angle he was working with up there. He wasn't really getting in a spot where he could go aggro. It's just the style of gameplay that Swag wants to do.
Now the final member left on that Twinkie area is Swag, and Elige is going to take him down as well. Another great round out of Nitro here, being able to pick up two towards outside, then rotating towards that inner area, hearing the dink actually from Heaven to Squeaky, and being able to spray the final member of his kill 3K down.
Yeah, that was Liquid's getting having two players push outside is fine. We've seen a handful of different defaults from them right now, but now that they're up 8-0, we're going to see something similar to the previous round, I think, time and time again, just because they could get this over and done with quicker, and they can, you know, really push it to Lazarus, take this to their own pace as the CT side. So there's a burn in the molly, 100-0, and Stewie now from the ramp room is going to start to line them up. They come through this choke point over and over and over again. Great grenade in there as well. And he'll get the collat on the last two. 4K for Stewie. Man, these rounds are playing out quick.
Yeah, highlight reels coming out from Liquid right now.
Are they, though?
I mean, they're looking nice. They're 4Ks, they're 3Ks.
No, they're making it look easy. I mean, this is a lot harder than it looks. It's just that Liquid are so versed that this is simple to them. Yeah. This is just a walk in the park.
That was the first two kills out of that nice 3K that Nitro had in the previous round. Now, and moving into here, we'll see Lazarus yet again onto another buy. It's going to be interesting to see what they try to do here, because it looks like Ramp's been put down. Outside has definitely been put down multiple times by Liquid, as Nitro picks up a very nice frag towards that Squeaky, as Infinite attempted to go down the vents, but will find himself buried 6 feet under instead.
Yep. Pop flash into the secret stairs area. That only pushes Elige about 2 feet to the left, and then he probably is going to come right back into that, because Nitro's also in mini, and he was looking out there. And Elige, now he's starting to get a little flustered. I don't think jumping's going to help you at all. It might help you with the spam that's coming through, as he does manage to hopscotch that one and avoid all that damage.
He's going to Molotov right in front of him there. Give away his position, actually, and it looks like Lazarus wants to attempt to wrap towards under Heaven here. Maybe even take that big garage area. It's going to be Dapper dropping off that mini. He's not able to pick up anything, and here come the rotations in from Liquid as they just put a stop to that outside area completely. Stewie actually got involved in a flank there.
Yep.
So even if Lazarus, you know, got a couple kills towards outside, Stewie was getting ready to get on top of that Twinkie and just shoot them pretty much from above.
I mean, this is what we were seeing when Lazarus were in their first couple rifle rounds. Liquid they had overlapping real estate regions that each player was responsible for. So Elige was in the most difficult spot right now, and he was forced out. He actually went down into the lower, but at that time when Lazarus was coming out and they were trying to exploit that open, they end up getting caught from mini. Now we've got the next round underway. Lazarus want to put something on the board, and it looks to be actually revolving around outside again, but they're losing this fight over and over and over again.
Yeah, they're not able to take these duels. They're not finding success in them either. Swag's made his way down towards the lower area now, so that's a good anchor point in the round, but they've already lost 2 members thus far. So we got to watch Infinite, we got to watch Zelsis try and even this one up. They're going to be hard-pressed to do so, as the smokes towards that outside area, well, they've got none. Not really much room to work with here. Elige watching for Zelsis, able to pick up a very easy frag now. And the final 2 members in Swag as well as Infinite, who's right now creeping out the hut. Can he find himself one?
Such a strong spot, though. Up next to the Mustang. I mean, it's almost an easy one. And it's 4-on-1. Swag was down below. The bomb has been dropped. I believe that's well outside. And he had a long ways to go with just 45 seconds to get there, especially being able to go past the 4 sentries that remained for Liquid. So we're at 11-0. Still 3 players on Lazarus have yet to get a frag. Though Twist is having a pretty slow day himself. He's 1-1.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like less than 25 ADR for Twist.
I mean, at this point, he's just telling his teammates, hey, guys, come on, I want to get some frags. I flew out to LA as well.
Yeah, I want to play this game.
Right? But as of right now, Lazarus, well, their whole goal at this point is just to start killing Liquid. Not even win the rounds. I just like to see them keep it competitive. competitive and get in Liquid's face.
Hey, here's a change. This is a rush upper strat, and they were able to get one kill early on, almost able to chop down Nitro as well, but man, Nitro's Nitro. We did that early piece on him before this match started, and he's able to thwart Lazarus's rush, and it does look like most everybody got a piece of that round. Elige, Nitro, Stewie, and Naf, and again, Twist not getting a frag that round. Tough day for him.
So you were mentioning the fact that the round started looking good, and it looked like it was a possibility for Lazarus. The issue in that round, though, was their smoke towards Mini actually had a huge gap in it, which actually allowed the Liquid players to just edge on the edge of the smoke, look in towards that lower site, or the upper site, I should say, and pick up a very easy kill on the bomb planter, who actually was looking for the plant, had the bomb out, walking around with that. And at that point, well, Lazarus have to start battling. They have to keep it competitive, but they weren't able to do so.
So, of course, another rifle round underway. Lazarus, they don't afford the op this time. Swag will go down to AKs here. He has utility up there, too. So he had enough money to be able to buy the op if he so chose. And now with full 5 AKs, maybe they can get something done. But it really just looks like rinse, repeat. Lazarus keep trying outside. Every now and again, they go over towards the ramp room. But those are the two paths that Lazarus have really tried to open up one of these sites. Neither of them finding any success, but even with this outside control, not having it, that really minimizes your impact on that upper site as well, because you can't wrap the building, you can't go to heaven, you can't take mini control. Basically, everything has to come through that front door.
Yeah, and right now Lazarus have walked their way towards lower. Nitro with a great little smoke to plug them up, keep them from pushing any further. So now we've got 4 members of Lazarus, as the smokes fade, stuck towards this lower entrance here. Naf is patiently waiting, as well as we are going to see Nitro. I imagine after Naf makes the contact, Nitro might aggress, but for now he plays it passive.
He's got the first. This is a new angle from Naf as well. Finally, he is traded out. Zelsis will pick up that frag. And a 1-for-1 trade, but look at all the damage it also cost Lazarus. Earlier we saw Nitro with a well-timed smoke defending these halls. He's now going to get pressured by 3 players. Would need a beautiful transfer, but now finally Lazarus have their 1-man advantage. Make it a 2-man advantage. Infinite catching the rotation Elige as he was just getting towards the vents. That's going to leave Twist and Stewie. Stewie's got that first shot and the second. Twist got a kill up top too, so it's back to a 1-man advantage now. With 6 seconds left, Zelsis is forced to put the bomb down, and Stewie has the high ground. That was as good as it's going to get, I think, for Lazarus.
Yeah, that was the closest they've actually got to finding some round success there. Unfortunately, Stewie with some great shots towards ramp, and here they are right now into that lower site. A flick onto the second player as well, and he all but puts an end to that just as it starts up. Lazarus really coming out flat-footed on their T side. Yeah,
well, if they were to have a little bit of an arch on their own CT side when things do switch over, it's going to be very, very short-lived. So you need, even if your CT side is so much better than your T side, you still need to have something going on your T side so that you can actually develop that CT side. It's just nature of the beast. So right now, again, Lazarus, they want some outside controls. Zelsis parks himself at the red box, and he'll just leave it there, especially being supported by Swag. But the ramp room isn't looking too favorable. The sun begins to set on this side as another smoke is about to come, I believe, from Stewie. So everything's just getting slowed down. But Dapper and Zelsis get entries. Here comes Naf. He swung out super wide. Lucky to be able to pick up that kill against Zelsis, but it even may have surprised him. We're into a 3v3. The individual efforts are going to be needed. Dapper's able to get one and done. It's up to Elige to remain perfect. He needs Swag and Infinite to lay out in front of his crosshair as well.
All right, Elige does have his smoke as well as a flash. Just trying to edge this smoke to see if he can see anything. Actually, not able to spam through the smoke. Just does great damage to Infinite. Both these players are low enough here for Swag or Elige to clean this one up here.
Yep. So a fresh smoke came in, and he will opt to go fast through that one. Lazarus pick up a round, and I hear Lazarus cheering.
They're on the board.
They're on the board, and I hear him cheering in the adjacent room.
Still a very scary round there for Lazarus. If Elige is able to pick up that kill through the smoke, the bomb goes down. The smoke that was just thrown towards the mini starts to fade as well, which allows Elige to start peering on into that upper site. So that was a great round from Lazarus, but still a very lopsided half for them as well.
Oh, yeah. But at this point, Liquid, they were never going to be challenged economically like 4 or 5 rounds ago, it seemed. Fast play into the upper. Twist can't get it under control. They actually came around the corner so quickly that Dapper's going to get 2. Infinite on the assists of his flashbang, then finds the next kill Liquid have Elige and Naf to stand against all 5 of Lazarus. They've taken down their first. The Molly up top in Heaven actually airbursts, so Naf might have a little bit of a surprise against the top side of Lazarus defense.
And as Elige goes down to Sub Rosa, Dapper does take down Naf, and that inner rush pays off for Lazarus, who picks up their second round. Coming off their T-side, Liquid, 13 rounds on CT. This pistol round could all but close this first map out, Dallas.
It could. It would require Lazarus to come back from the dead. Absolutely. To their namesake. Maybe they just gave Liquid a bit of a head start.
Unfortunately here, I don't think Jesus will be able to save them.
Maybe not. Maybe not. So what are your thoughts on that first half? Is there anything that, well, I guess let's talk about it when we come back. But when we do, we'll finish out this second half between Lazarus and Liquid. Take a quick break. Watch the Pro League.
On my own, when you spill that ramen coke on my t-shirt, yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette, like it's first sight. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did, don't make it stop. 'Cause baby, you make me feel something. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby.
Hey, welcome back to the Pro League. It's Liquid versus Lazarus, and we had a 13-2 first half, and it was not just any first half. That was a really fast first half, and that was Lazarus on their own T side that were supposed to be controlling the pace.
Yeah, they had the option too, but the thing about controlling the pace is you got to be able to pick up the frags if you want to control the pace of the game. Liquid, essentially, any position, any fight they wanted to take there, Dallas, it was theirs, and they succeeded in it. Right now, let's see if they're going to find success as they move down towards this lower area on the map here. We're actually not going to see anybody from Lazarus really contest that, so Liquid has made it down. And the vents, well, we're going to see a fight break out between Dapper as well as Stu.
Yeah, you had players that were in Mini that were playing like an auditory early warning system. They weren't visually watching. Yeah, there was a TK in there. It's just going to make things a little bit more difficult, just a bit. As we've got a 3v2 has developed a lot of bloodshed into the lower site, especially in those vents. Sub Rosa's up on the catwalk observing, making sure, but I believe Liquid have started to maybe get maybe get a brute force entry set up. They have control room if they want. They've sent one out the lower side, and it's going to be Twiz to hold the higher end. Right now, it's just a ghost town out here.
Yeah, Liquid actually cut the sound on the round, and that made the Lazarus side start to think that they went towards upper here. Swag has moved towards the upper area. Sub Rosa peeking out is going to be taken down by Nitro, so the bomb will be planted. Swag by the vents now is being watched by Elise, so he too shall fall in a moment. Yes. There you go.
Shot in the ankles first, and then from bottom to top as Swag came down the ladder.
That TK in the vent. So Lazarus set up a crossfire, and Liquid jump into the vent, as we saw, to fight that crossfire, and they actually get gifted a TK there that's just going to go their way even more towards winning that round. So great little play from Liquid there, and I love the fact that they cut sound and made Lazarus really start to think like, okay, are these guys actually going towards upper because Vents is open? And in doing so, they're going to pull one person off of lower. They're going to get a nice little bomb plant down.
Now Swag looking outside. I believe that was Nitro on the high end. Stewie actually gets the kill there. So it was a one-shot scout, but it's obviously not lethal unless it's to the dome. Dapper now on the lower side of things has the CZ, but he's got a lot of players coming his way. He has 6 bullets and 3 players out in front of him. He actually splits the difference between them as the Liquid crew continue to just pound straight through those back halls now, all up to infinite. He does seem to hear them, so he will fall back, but where is safe here? Where is even possible for him to aggress?
Liquid called the audible there. They realize that the rotation probably is coming down through the ramp here, so they opt to go up the vents and get a free plant off. Infinite now has to go up through the heaven without any utility and take long-range duels with a UMP. This isn't a round that I see him having success in.
Yeah, he's clearing outside. Okay, instead of going through heaven, he will opt to go probably for exit frags at this point. There's no kit.
No kit,
no
right?
utility.
Exactly.
He doesn't know where the remaining players of Liquid are. Exit frags would be fine and dandy if he can manage to earn some extra bonus cash from the UMP and maybe stealing a rifle, but
it does look like he's going to do exactly that.
They'll disengage. Keeping an ump into the next round isn't really good at all, but it's as good as it's going to get for Lazarus.
And he isn't able to pick up an AK, is able to recover a Galil, however. That'll help his cause going into the next round, Dallas. Not by much, as we are on the final round here, and Lazarus really with no economy in their back pockets are going to be buying up some MP9s, another Scout, as well as a Mag 7. Not much utility either. Only one Molotov on the field right now, and on a map like Nuke, Dallas, to only have one Molotov when you're even just trying to pick up rounds here at this point, that's a bad sight.
Well, Lazarus might even be welcome to the idea that Liquid would run for a rush here. But you've got a Mag 7, you got MP9s, you got these fast fire rates. You want these fights to be close. See, Dapper, he's trying to push this. Actually gets caught by Stewie, who's hanging up above the lobby right now and firing through the little ladder hole. So
yeah, that was a bold decision from Dapper. I mean, aside from the close hut battle, as soon as you don't take that fight, as soon as you push into the lobby, you're looking at long-distance fights with that Mag 7.
Right.
So pretty much Stewie puts an end to that. He tries to re-aggress as well towards hut, where Sub Rosa puts an end to him now. So we'll actually see 2 Galils now on the field for the CTs, as Liquid do look like they want to go towards the outer area here and maybe pull off a mini split by the looks of it.
Well, Zelsis has an MP9, and again, same story. Don't want to be poking your head up and staying for those fights at this range. So he's going to wait until they crest the top of those stairs and get into the threshold of the secret stairs. Then he would strike. Swag unscopes, spots a target out there. He'll try and re-aggress, but I believe he missed his shot. There's Zelsis pops up at that long-range fight. It was all just to try and make some space for Swag. 3v3 right now. And Swag is still popping off shots, and I believe that has struck some fear into Liquid. They back off of this territory, and they start to advance. This time, if they come right through Squeaky, the timing is just so right. Just as your hut player starts to look the other direction, and then Infinite comes in through Mini. There was only about a 3 or 4 second window there between Lazarus's, at least observations on that upper site, and they don't see any of it.
That match took less than 30 minutes, I do believe.
Well, we only saw 18 rounds.
Yeah.
And most of that first half played out instantaneously. So map 1 has concluded on